How long? I don't know how long I can make this video. I really want to make it on my tablet, but I can't remember how to work it. So, yeah, I'm Monique, and I have not made an MS video in like 3 years, and it's because I'm sorry, guys, I'm just totally not a YouTuber, and with like COVID going on, just don't feel like making videos about MS symptoms is very important. You know, COVID is serious, and the fact that Jesus is probably coming back soon, I just don't feel like these are important. But my friend Erica was over here, and she's like, "You have to do this video," because I was giving her these examples of uh, times I had trouble remembering things, and she thought it was hilarious, and I'm like, I wasn't trying to be funny, but so this video is about cognitive difficulties. And first, I'm going to tell you guys what MS is. So, multiple sclerosis is a disease that attacks your uh, nerves. It's your own immune system attacking your nerves, and it attacks the nerves in your brain, your spinal cord, and behind your eyes. So, that's what MS is. It's an autoimmune disease and also a neurological disease. So, about cognitive difficulties. Cognitive cognitive difficulties are when you have trouble remembering things, concentrating, focusing, finding word placement. So, with me, it's just mainly memory issues. So, I've had people like, is it like Alzheimer's? Uh, Like, no, it's not like that. And then they think, like, because you have memory issues, you can't remember anything. I have people like, have you ever forgot your name? Like, no, it's not like that at all. But I will give you some examples of things I forgot because people, they're like, you know, they think I'm faking and having memory issues or like Lala once before, she's like, Monique, you do remember. I really don't. I want to remember things as much as people want me to remember. This guy I'm dating, he's like, you just remember what you want to remember. You playing dumb. I'm like, no, I really don't be remembering stuff. Sorry, but here are some examples of things I forgot. So you guys can know, like, about cognitive difficulties. So my first example is, says Lala's car. Okay, Lala is my mom. And once she came to pick me up in her car, and I'm like, Lala, whose car is this? And she's like, Monique, this is my car. So I'm like, okay, um, but no, no, for real, Lala, whose car is this? She's like, it's my car, Monique. And so I think that she's messing with me because Lala plays a lot, and I think Lala thought I was faking. And so she didn't believe that I really didn't remember her car. So I'm like, okay. So I get in the car and I started like touching things and looking around. I still don't remember the car. So I'm like, but Lala, seriously, whose car is this? She's like, Monique. I've had this car for 3 years. I picked you up in this car last week from the beauty shop. And I'm like, and I just bust out and cry. And I do remember her picking me up from the beauty shop last week, but I just couldn't recognize the car at all. And I just felt bad because it's like, if my mom has had this car for 3 years, I should remember it. And then when I bust out crying, she's like, oh, you really don't remember. She's like, it's okay, Monique. So that example is example one. It is called Lala's car. And so, example two, I came out of a store and I was like, where am I? I was like, what am I doing? I'm in like a Ukrainian or a Polish neighborhood. I have no idea what I'm doing over here. So I walked to down the street and look at the street sign and I'm like, I don't even, but I never heard of this street. I totally don't know where I am. And so I called my sister and I'm like, Sister, did I tell you I was going? She's like, No. I'm like, Dude, I really don't know where I am. And so I looked down and I had a new walker. This is when I could walk better. Um, And I was like, oh, I just came from the medical supply store to get a brand new walker. And by the time I stepped out of the store, I had forgot like where I had came from and I didn't know where I was. And yeah, it's like, dude, it's crazy. Like by the time I made it up for the threshold outside, I was like, where am I? What am I doing in this neighborhood? But yeah. So me being on a train is example number 3. Now I will say that I remember a bunch of useless stuff, like stuff that nobody cares about. Like uh did you know that there are over 60,000 different species of trees? No, but who cares? Do you know that in 1982 Uh, 7 people died in Chicago from the Tylenol murders? Somebody at the Tylenol factory, they put potassium cyanide on Tylenol, and people who just like 7 people who just took Tylenol for a headache, they end up dying here in Chicago, and this was 1982. Stuff like who cares? Like just I don't know why I remember the crap that I remember, but I'm saying that to say, on this day I was on train. I remember exactly what I was listening to. I was listening to "I Write Sins, Not Tragedies," and that is the song by this rock group called Panic at the Disco. And I remember saying like, I want to listen to some old school stuff this day. And so I was also listening to Thug Motivation by Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101. So I remember that. But I'm on the train, so I'm listening to my headphones, la 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 la. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, what? I'm on the train. What am I doing on the train? I look around like, what? What am I doing here? I don't even take the train, so I was really confused, and so I was like, where am I going? Like, what's my stop? Did I miss my stop? I don't know. So I just sat there for a little while, and I tried to remember, and I had no idea. So I was like, I'm gonna have to get off the train because I don't know what my stop is or if I missed it already. So I got off the train and I don't know if I went back home or if I end up remembering where I was going. I really don't know. But that is example 3. Me on the train. I had no idea where I was going. And so that's the one that Erica thought was funny. Like, I don't know. My cat just scared me. Oh no. Ah, here she is. Is she gonna walk? Okay, probably not. Okay, so my mm-mm, hey, my 4th example. Sorry, guys. Her name is Sarai. Ah, darn it. Dang it. Sorry, guys. Excuse me, Sarai. Can you move? Excuse me. Can you move? Can, can you move? The 4th example is I'm recording on my phone, so I can't show you guys. But for one time, I forgot how to turn my phone on, and I cried for like again, Sarai. Excuse me. I cried for like 2 hours because I couldn't remember how to turn my phone on, and those are the type of things I have forgotten. And like I said, I remember useless stuff like the world's first Ferris wheel was built here in Chicago during the World Fair. Like, who cares? I don't know. I remember the type of things that I remember. But, um, yeah, those are. And please don't walk over here. Can you just sit down? Those are examples of things I've forgotten. But let me tell you guys about this miracle drug I found that I just started back taking. It's called Provisional. The generic name is modafinil. This drug is like it's like a gift from God. And it helps you remember, helps you think better, helps you concentrate. They said that the movie Limitless is based on this pill. I don't think it's like the Limitless pill, but anywho, so when I stayed in Indiana, I stayed there for a year before, and I spent all day like in a fog. Like I would just walk in and out of rooms, trying to remember while I was walking in them, and um, it was just, I was just so confused. I couldn't remember anything. It was really depressing. And so my neurologist, Dr. Warrior, shout out Dr. Warrior, and isn't that cool? Like they call people MS Warriors, and her name is Dr. Warrior. But um, she gave me this drug, and she said it was for fatigue. And it did nothing for fatigue at all. It's actually for people with narcolepsy, but I was like, man, when I take this drug, like I can remember things better. I feel less confused, and I took it for like a year, and the drug worked so well. I did not ask her for another prescription until like 3 years later. So I just started back taking this drug like a week ago. Um, Again, it's called Provisional. The generic name for it is modafinil, and you can ask your neurologist for that drug, and it will change your life. It's a life-changing drug, man. So, what I will say is, I do want to do another MS video, to update you guys on my condition, cause my MS is getting worse, like wheelchair worse, and I do have new symptoms, and I do want to make a video to talk about um the MS drugs I've been on. Like now I'm on Ocrevus, or it's called Ocrevus. I've tried Tysabri. I was on that for 5 years. I tried Repiff. So I do want to make a video explaining my experience with the 3 different MS drugs I've tried. Like, and yeah, that's out. So, um, I'm Monique. Bye. Have a good day, guys.